But up next, we have our first of our employer pitch sessions, and we've got the team at Pitch Your Partners ready to give a bit of a presentation. So I might throw to their team, and over to you, Robin.
Amazing, thank you. And thank you for having us along at this session. First cab off the rank is always a little bit daunting, but welcome everyone to our employer pitch. So my name is Robin and I am the Graduate Program Manager here at Pitch Your Partners. So to kick us off, I'll give everyone a little bit, oh, I can't share my screen, Sam.
Just try again now.
Yeah, there we go. Look at that efficiency. Love the service. There we go. Hopefully that's visible for everybody. Awesome. So to give a little bit of an overview of who we are as Pitch Partners and who we are as a firm, we are a mid-tier accounting and advisory firm. We're one of the largest mid-tier firms based in Melbourne, focusing on that mid-market. So have a think about those small to medium-sized businesses. That's where really our focus is as a firm. Pitch Partners have been around for just over 30 years. It was actually our 30th birthday late last year, so happy birthday to us. And we are part of a network of independent firms that sit across Australia with 6 firms in total. So our team, my support crew that I've brought along today, come to you from our Melbourne firm, but we also have firms in Brisbane, Newcastle, Sydney, Adelaide and Perth as well. As you can see here on my slide, you can see that we offer a full suite of accounting and advisory services. So that's a mix of those core accounting services like your management accounting, your audit, your tax services, as well as those specialist groups that you can see there like data analytics, consulting, corporate finance, investments, risk as well. And in our Melbourne office, we have opportunities across every single part of our firm for both our graduates and our vacationers. So to welcome along the team, I have brought along with me 4 of my amazing grads from 2021 to give you a little bit of insight into life at Pitch Your Partners. And I do want to say, excuse my photo there. I dug up my photo from when I was also a graduate because I really wanted to fit in with the age range, pretending I'm still reliving my youth when I was in my early 20s. But I do have here with me Damon, who is currently in our business advisory and assurance team, Emily, who is currently in our tax team, Shruthi, who is currently in our corporate finance team, and Jordan, who comes to us from our tax team. So to kick off, and really wanted to hear from them because I can talk to you about our programs at a high level, but I think it's always more enjoyable as university students to hear from people who know what it's really like being in the shoes. So Jordan, kicking off with you. Entering into a recruitment process when you're at uni can be really, really daunting. Can you talk us through a little bit about what that process was like for you and for our graduates?
Yep. Thanks, Robin. Yeah, so just over a year ago, I was all in your position. So it's quite a daunting position of applying for graduate roles across firms that some of you may have heard of, some of you haven't. So typically starts with an online application. You'll find that it's probably the same across most firms you're going to be applying for. What they're looking for is work experience, extracurricular activities, what subjects you've done previously, and that'll be pretty standard across the board. So that's something that I had to do as well. Kind of a good way to stand out as well. So if you got those extracurricular activities or you do something that's pretty interesting as well, definitely put it down there because that's what recruiters are definitely going to be looking out for. And then if you're successful with that, typically it goes to the online assessment. So once again, it's pretty standard across applications. What you'll find is that you'll be put into a timed assessment, something about 45 minutes or anything like that. And typically involves like games. So I remember some of them involve like simple addition. It really tests your hand-eye coordination, some of them, but it's like a huge range. I know between the different applications I went for, like they all range, but they're all kind of similar in a way. They're all testing the very similar things. I remember one of them was checking what expression they were showing, which is kind of random, but like typically they're all ranged like that. And then after that, you typically get a phone call from them if you're successful. I know a lot of recruitment process call it interview. I wouldn't call it that as much. Typically it's just really getting to know you. So why you've applied, what your expectations are going forward, and basically trying to give you more information about what looking forward might be. After that, you'll typically go into an assessment center. So this is usually the big assessment before you get into the offers and final interviews. So what this typically involves is half of the day is usually a team-based exercise. So what that involved for us was a group of 4 of us presenting a business opportunity. And then you'll have an individual interview at the end. And so after that, if you're successful, you typically get into your final interview. And what I found incredible by that was with a partner of one of the groups. And it was just really informal. It's basically a one-on-one chat talking about what I've done in terms of extracurricular and work-wise, and basically just really wanting to get to know you. So I think that was pretty exciting. It's definitely not stressful at all when it got to that final interview. And that was, I think, very surprising going into the workplace.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Jordan. I love that you say it's not that stressful going into that final interview. I'm sure as nice as that is, many people still going to think it's stressful, but it's not.
Definitely.
I think it is. In that interview, you've got to always think that it's just a person that you're talking to and it's just their opportunity to get to know you a little bit better. So Emily, I'm sure when you were at university and you get that grad role offer and you're all ready to go and you're finishing off your last year of studies, and then I'm sure there's that moment where it hits you. You're starting your first real big corporate job. How did that sort of transition period look for you and what was that like?
I know for sure that we were all exhausted in our first week. I think we were really lucky. We had orientation in the office, so it was, COVID it didn't affect it too much. We were really lucky, and it was really about getting to know everybody else in that first week. And we got to ask each other like all the silly questions and stuff. It's like it was really nice having a cohort to be able to go through it with. And it was a really big learning curve. And I think we all felt that it's like a big jump going from uni life to full-time work and commuting to the office, and it like learning constantly like that is something that I think we all experience in our first year, is just that you are constantly learning, like constantly. And it's fantastic, but it's definitely a lot. But you're really supported through it all. Like, I know that the panel mentioned it earlier, but it is really true. Like, we were really supported, and no one expects you to, know everything. Like, everyone knows you're a grad. Everyone knows that you've got no experience, like you're learning, and it's really centered around that. Like, you'll always ask questions and always get support. It's really, really good. And particularly at Pitches as like a mid-tier firm, you get to like meet a lot of different people because you get to work on a lot of different clients. So that's been something that's been really good in my first year. Like, I've met so many people, like made so many different connections with so many different people. And the other thing that it's obviously exciting for us as grads coming in, but it's also exciting for everybody who's already working there. Like, it's kind of a bit of a fresh faces, fresh air. Like, everyone really likes, getting to know the grads and helping us all out. And yeah, it's been really great.
Awesome. I know we had a lot of fun in induction in that room, just getting to know each other. And that first week is really that opportunity for you to connect, get to know each other, because this is your support network that's going to be with you for the rest of your career. And, I'm hitting almost 7 years at Pitcher Partners, and I still lean on my grad friends that I met in that room. So it's a really pivotal part of your integration. So Shruthi, you're almost at the 12-month mark of the firm, which is crazy. The time has definitely flown by, and you're midway through our 2-year graduate experience program. Can you share with us what the last 12 months has been like for you and the type of work that you've been involved in?
Yeah, sure. So as you've heard, basically the grad program at Pitcher Partners gives you an opportunity to experience 3 different divisions. And I think this is really good because it draws on the ability to get a more holistic graduate experience. So I like to compare it something similar to uni, where you know what you want to do in terms of the bigger picture, but you're unsure of what you want to do within, say your majors. And hence, like, you try a few subjects to see where your passion lies. And that's how I kind of see this graduate program. And personally, I've been very fortunate enough to be a part of 2 very different service lines. So it's private business and family advisory and corporate finance. So the private business and family advisory team, we predominantly work with privately run businesses and high net individuals. As a grad, my normal day-to-day activities included preparing year-end financial reports, tax returns, BASs, tax planning, and other ad hoc tasks as well. Something that I really didn't expect was to be able to work so closely with other PBFA teams and departments across the firm, as well as a range of clients in different industries. So the work that I did within this division was very much heavily accounting based, but this really allowed me to develop my technical ability a lot more. And the knowledge that I learned in PBFA really helped me when transitioning into my next rotation in corporate finance. So currently I'm in corporate finance, and compared to my previous division, the work is completely different. Rather than preparing financial statements, you tend to analyze them. So far I've worked on valuations, carrying out due diligence work, working on information memorandums for mergers and acquisitions, and putting together potential bidders lists as well. So like I said, the work is predominantly analysis based, but you also get a stronger understanding. So having a stronger understanding of accounting really helped me. Apart from that, I felt that this work really tapped into your creative side as well, in terms of putting together an information memorandum, or it even taps onto your research and report writing skills as well, something that I really did not expect to use after uni. So from both the experiences, the key standouts that I've received is firstly mentorship. So you build conversations with your manager around your goals for the particular experience, and the experience is tailored to what you want to get out of it. You also get to work closely with the senior management and partners within your team as well, and everyone is so friendly and willing to help you no matter what, which really solidified how valued you are in a team and how serious they take your growth and development as well. As a grad, the level of responsibility that I've been given was something really unexpected, whether it came down to handling my own clients, working one-on-one with partners, or handling a whole engagement to yourself. And this is the kind of exposure that you get early on with pitch partners, which really sets you up. Another key thing for me was the team bonding and social activities. Everyone has been so welcoming, and it's so refreshing as well to get to know your team on a personal level. So whilst moving through the rotations, you do get a better understanding and depth in knowledge, but it also gives you some valuable skills. And the biggest takeaway for me was adaptability and being comfortable with change. So even though you are still within the same firm, moving into a new rotation, the role and the team dynamic are very different. So it also solidifies the importance of being proactive in each rotation, and also bring that beginner's mindset to anything you do, which is a really helpful skill lifelong.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Shruthi. And I think, like Em said, we don't really expect you to come in knowing anything, but like Shruthi's examples kind of talk to, like, you're still able to contribute from day one to really meaningful and real client outcomes, which I think really shows the impact to what you can do, even though, the expectations are still low, and we very appreciate that the learning journey will continue throughout your whole year, and it won't just be the first couple of weeks. Damon, so we always talk about culture and the importance of finding an organisation with really good culture and that you click with. So really keen to hear from you, like, what's your experiences been like at Pitches and the culture, and what are some of the benefits or perks that you've enjoyed over your time here?
Yep, culture is definitely a key point at Pitches that I guess we literally walk around with our values on our little like key tags. So I know most employers that are hiring probably rave about their culture, and obviously they want to promote themselves. But like, having actually been at Pitches now for a year or so, I can vouch for what Robin's saying, and what the culture is actually like at PP. A few of the benefits that we get at PP, there's plenty of firm-wide events, group events, even grad-specific events. So I know December was very, very hectic with Christmas parties nearly every week. And then there's also regular group events, just like I know in my team. Unfortunately, COVID's affected a few of them, but there's things like the Big Bash that we do, which is big cricket day. There's scavenger hunts. So there tends to be like kind of bigger group specific events maybe every couple of months. And then just in general, Fridays in the office is always a bit of a buzz. Team lunches, maybe knock off drinks in the office or out in the CBD. And then flexible working, there's obviously working from home has become the norm given the current climate, but as we, I guess, come back into the office a bit more often, there's definitely still the
expectation that, you know, we can still work from home if we need, we can work in the office if we need. It's kind of a, you know, work where you need to be type situation. There's also an office in Dandenong as well. So if you live out in the southeast, there's a nice little office there. I'm actually here today. So that's always an option too. We also have flex time. So, you know, if you've got a commitment on the afternoon, things like that, you can bank a couple more hours earlier in the week and then get to your commitments after work or things like that. So it's really helps keep up with those hobbies outside of work as well. In the office, there's a lot of amenities and whatnot to satisfy your needs during the day. There's an in-house cafe, $2 coffees. There's snacks, fruit, shapes, biscuits every day. And then every now and then there's a few extra treats. Like next week we got breakfast every day. Trying to get a few more people back into the office. So I'll be indulging in some brekkie next week, I think. And then in terms of additional learning and opportunities, obviously now we've got the rotation program, so you get the chance to touch a few different divisions before you settle yourself in to one department for good. So that's a great opportunity now that we get to experience more parts of the firm and have a wider network of people to reach out to. There's also CA support if you're looking to go down that path, that the firm looks after you. You got time to do study and master classes, study leave for when you've got exams and things like that. And then there's also secondments, so you can go internally to other divisions or to one of our other firms in the nation, so like Perth or Brisbane, things like that. And then if there's international secondments, which is pretty popular. I know people have been able to go to places like North America, New Zealand, and those things are starting to ramp back up again now that we can get into those countries. So yeah, there's plenty on offer, and yeah.
Awesome. Thanks so much, Damon. I think one of the most stressful things about being an employee at our firm is not eating all the snacks, because you need to make sure you can still fit into your work pants. There is no shortage of food in this office. It is constantly there, but it won't stop me. I'll be having breakfast every day next week, I think. Conscious of time, I'll sort of just give you everyone a bit of a snapshot of all of our student programs. So we've spoken a lot about our graduate experience program, because that's definitely a program we're incredibly proud of. But for those students that are in their penultimate year, applications are open for our summer vacation program as well, which is an 8-week internship program that runs over the summer, so November to February. So those are open at the moment as well as our graduate applications that are open for our 2023 cohort. But feel free to check out our profile or on our website for more information on that. I think we're almost out of time. I think that's any questions?